Hello everyone. In today's lecture, we are going to see one of the defects of vision, that is myopia. So, myopia is a common defect of vision in which you are able to see the nearby objects, but it is very difficult to see the farther away objects. That is, the images of the objects which are at farther distance becomes blurry. Now, the main cause of this common defect of vision, actually there are two causes, okay, two causes. But the first cause is, if the eyeball gets elongated, the image formed by the lens of the eye or the eye lens would be in front of the retina wall, okay. Or if the curvature of the lens has lesser focal length, then the also image of the farther distance is formed before the retina length. Let us see how it is done. Now, as you can see, the first picture over here is for normal vision, where the object and the image of it is formed at the retina wall itself. So, there is no defect in this particular vision. So, that is why this vision is called as normal vision. But in case of myopia, as I said, one of the causes if the eyeball gets elongated, or second cause if the curvature of the lens has shorter focal length, okay. If the curvature of the lens is less, or the eye lens has shorter focal length, then also the image formed is before the retina wall. As you can see, the image is formed over here, suppose, okay. So, this is the defect in case of myopia, where the far away objects or farther distance objects are blurry because the image formed is before the retina wall over here. So, what are the causes? Causes of defects. Which defect? Myopia. Which defect? Myopia. First one, the elongation of eyeball. The elongation of eyeball. If the eyeball is getting elongated, then also you will be suffering, or the person will suffer from myopia, because the image would be formed before the retina wall, okay, not exactly at the retina wall. Second cause, the curvature, the radius of curvature, of course, which we have already seen in case of lenses. The curvature of eye lens, is shorter, therefore the let us write that also, therefore the focal length is short, okay. If the focal length is short, the objects which are at far distances from them, the parallel rays would be coming, and the lens will form the image at a very short distance, that is called as focal point or focal length, isn't it? That is why the image is not being able to form on the retina. So, these are the two causes for myopic vision or defects of vision. The defect is myopia, right. Now, let us see some of the corrective measures over here, how to correct the defect of vision, that is myopia. We can correct this defect of vision by using spectacles or concave lenses, okay. So, concave lens can be used in order to correct the defect of vision, which is called as myopia, right. So, let us see how we use the concave lens in order to correct the defect. So, as you can see, the myopic defect, right, or the myopia defect, the parallel rays from the far distance objects are being incident on the eye lens, okay, and after that, due to the shorter focal length or due to the elongated eyeball, the image is formed before the retina wall, isn't it? Therefore, the object or the image of the object which is at far distance seems blurry, isn't it? Now, how to correct that? So, we have placed one concave lens, as you can see, in front of the eye lens, okay. Concave lens is the artificial lens which we use as a spectacle, okay. So, as you can see, the concave lens is placed in front of the eye lens, and from the far distance or from the far objects, when the parallel rays are incident on the concave lens, they get diverged, we already know that. So, the virtual image is formed over there, as you can see, which is shown by the dotted line. So, if this is our concave lens, okay, if this is our concave lens, the parallel rays from the far distance objects are incident on the lens and they get diverged, we know that, isn't it? They get diverged, and it seems to be they get or they meet at the focal point, as you can see. So that is what happening over here. So that far away object image is formed at point M over here, okay, point M over here, and that image would be acting as object for the our own eye lens, and that object which is for the eye lens is the actual image, is actually the image formed by the concave lens over here. So the image formed by the concave lens is acting as object for the eye lens. Now that object for the eye lens is nearer to that, and we are able to see near objects due to the myopic defects, isn't it? So since the image formed by the concave lens or acts as an object for the eye lens, now we can see the image at the retina wall. Okay, so the image due to the eye lens or the image formed by the eye lens is at the retina wall because the object is now at point M, which is the image of the concave lens, right? So this way we can correct the defect of vision, that is myopic defect or defect of vision, right? Let's see the picture again where you can differentiate between the normal vision and the defect of vision myopia and after the correction. Now as you can see, this is the picture for normal vision where there is no defect, image is formed at the retina wall. But in the second case, this is the myopia vision, isn't it? Myopia vision means the image for the farther distance object is formed before the retina wall, so it seems blurry. Now how do we correct that? We using the concave lens over here. So this is after correction, this is before correction, and this is after correction. So after correction we have already seen how it is corrected, right? So before correction the image was blurry, after correction how do we correct that? We use one concave lens over here, and the image of the concave lens is virtual image. That virtual image acts as an object for the eye lens, and that object which is for the eye lens is at near distance, So near distance objects are easily focused on the retina wall, isn't it, by the lens which is suffering from, by the eye lens which is suffering from myopia defect of vision. So that was all about our myopia and its correction. Thank you.